Right, this is where the Ferrari claws it back. See, what the other two have there are great big, coarse, heavy workman's boots. What I have here is a ballerina's point shoe.
Suddenly the Zonda feels quite wide.
I've got ceramic discs, I've got something called an E-diff, which Michael Schumacher also has on his F1 car, and I've got a 5-position traction control setting.
Actually, to be honest, I'd love to be driving that Ferrari on this road, because it is a piece of engineering brilliance, that car. I wouldn't like to be driving Richard's car.
Oh, don't worry. You're supposed to have traction control!
Here comes Captain Slow. It's absolute magic, this thing.
Sometimes James's sense of direction let him down a bit, but there was no doubt that in this terrain his car was brilliant. A point I conceded with typical good grace.
If you live in a gorge in southwest France, you're definitely better off with his Ferrari. You really are.
Of course, there are some elements of the real world that even a supercar can't get you out of.
I've never seen you drive fast before. So when I was following...
But the thing is, driving fast is for a particular time and place. I can do it, I just only do it occasionally because I'm a gentleman.
It was going so well, and now you're making it
this.
sound boring.
Are you really struggling in the Zonda?
Well, the thing about this, it's amazingly easy to drive at ordinary speeds, I mean, despite looking like it does. But when you press on, it's like you're tag fighting with a kickboxer, and it's quite nice. And then you say, "Go on, then, give me your best shot," and he takes your head off.
But I bet this Ford is probably the worst handling car here. I'll concede that. No American who designed that chassis is even half aware that a road like this exists.
Yes.
They just
Yeah,
don't
that
know.
would make sense.
If you brought an American here, he would die of shock.
Can I just say also that if I'd had a look down there before we did this, I'd have taken it out of sport and been Captain Slow again. I mean, look at that.
Have you been in a race?
Only very briefly. Didn't like it.
Then we moved on to more important matters.
Exactly.
I have not had my teeth done.
And then it was time to get back on the road. We were now near journey's end, and the argument that had fueled us for 700 miles still raged. And you can see why. The Zonda has the drama and the power. The Ferrari has the handling and an astonishing soundtrack. And the Ford, well, it's the prettiest and the fastest, and it has the best fuel economy. Oh no, wait, that's not right, is it? Each car then was still putting up a fight, and none of it would budge.
I need to be made to feel like I'm 10 in a supercar. If I don't feel like I'm sitting here in short trousers with my mouth open going, wow, then it's failed.
The thing about Ferrari is this. You can see the breeding, and you can feel it.
You can't rationalise cars like these. They're not something you buy with your head, you buy them with your heart because you love them. And who can explain love? All I know is, I love this big Ford more than I love the others.
And it's okay that we can't agree, because if you remember, we didn't come all the way through France to find the best supercar.
We came here for that.
This is the Milo Bridge. At 1,000 feet, it's the tallest bridge in the world. It's so tall, you could put Canary Wharf underneath the roadway. It's clever too because it rises and falls by as much as 10 feet, depending on the temperature and the season. It is a magnificent achievement. So what does it have to do with our big, heavy, thirsty, expensive cars? That is a supercar in the same way that that is a super bridge. They could have built it lower down with some RSJs and some planks of wood, but they didn't. They built something amazing, something astonishing, something wonderful. They went berserk. This bridge then, like the cars that brought us here, is an example of humans doing what humans do. Pushing boundaries, pushing ourselves, taking something that can't be done, and then doing That was a good day, and that explains supercars. It's mankind making life better for ourselves. I mean, that's the important thing. Caveman did not snuff out the fire because it was too hot.
You're absolutely right, and people are always saying, oh, dolphins, they're really intelligent, right? But they're not, are they? Because they can't even engineer an E-diff.
I'll tell you what, though, before we end, I've got a quote here from President Chirac, OK? This is what he said when he opened that bridge. The French people are rightly proud of the feats accomplished here. Feats which speak for France, a modern France, an enterprising, successful France, a France which invests in the future. He forgot to mention the fact the architect was British.